Coming up on NewsWatch Ole Miss, an Oxford man has been charged with molestation.
A new bill in Tennessee may criminalize drag shows.
Members of a church in Jackson are picking up the pieces after their place of worship was destroyed. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now.
Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Jania Newsom.
And I am Juliana Jackson. The Oxford police arrested a man for molestation. 44-year-old Kevin Hillard was involved in the sexual assault of a minor multiple years ago. A report wasn't made until October 26 this year. After further investigation, the Lafayette County Justice Court judge issued a $50,000 bond. We will update you as we learn more details.
Lafayette County Fire Department responded to a trailer that caught on fire. This happened on Highway 6 West near the Lafayette-Panola County line Saturday at 1:44 a.m. The fire department was the first to arrive on the scene. First responders confirmed that the mobile home was 75% involved in a working structure fire. The residents of the home were not present at the time of the fire. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fires is still under investigation. Members of a church in Jackson are picking up the pieces after the place of worship was destroyed by a suspected serial arsonist. Authorities are now trying to find a motive for the fires. Chris Fields reports.
A sick individual that would do a thing, especially to God's property.
This is all that is left of Epiphany Lutheran Church. Almost everything destroyed, including pews and instruments. Everything but a row of Bibles left on a shelf untouched. Church leaders say they are shocked and saddened.
No, never in 1,000 years. Well, we just trying to put things back together and see what we have to do. It's an ongoing investigation, so it's very little we can do anything right now say.
Authorities say the individual responsible for all of this is 23-year-old Devin McLaurin. Church leaders are still trying to figure out why he was targeting churches.
We didn't really know what to think. We didn't know what could possibly be the motive. We knew that it was election day and all of that, so that's where our mind was. But it was a kind of a gut-wrenching kind of feeling that came over us.
Greater Bethlehem Temple Church was another church that went up in flames. Kids' paintings and books all covered in soot and ashes. Computers and other electronics are also damaged. Church leaders say the price tag to rebuild and replace what was lost will be expensive.
Probably going to be upward of $100,000 in damage. So.
But in the meantime, both churches say they will pull together and get through this challenging time.
For the time being, our kids are going to meet online on Zoom for Sunday school, and we just hope to get it all cleared up and rebuilt as soon as possible so they can get back there and enjoy their space.
McLaurin is suspected in 6 arson cases, including fires at 2 churches in the baseball field of Jackson State University.
FedEx Freight announces they will be laying off a major number of employees because of a decrease in demand. The major shipping giant has yet to release how many employees this will affect. FedEx is expected to cut $2 million in cost. They recently released a statement saying this is a temporary release of employees. The company says they will continue to evaluate and bring back employees as circumstances allow.
While you already know that in a matter of months, medical marijuana will be readily available to residents of Mississippi, you may not have realized how much veterans have been investing in the industry. For every 100 patients waiting for the medical marijuana card, 20% of them are veterans who have PTSD, traumatic brain injury, blast wounds, and more. Because of their trauma, they are prescribed many medications, but over time, many found medical cannabis helped alleviate the stress and pain from their work out in the field. And they believe that the medical marijuana industry is a positive step for veterans in Mississippi.
Staying on our veterans, the annual Hernando Veterans Day Luncheon had its biggest turnout. Hundreds of veterans, their families, and volunteers packed the National Guard Armory for the event on Friday. This tradition started in 2017 and has grown almost every year since. The luncheon, followed by a parade, were funded completely by donations. For many people, this event is a great way to show appreciation for veterans and remember those who died. Volunteers and veterans hope this event continues and grows even more for years to come, giving veterans a space to get the respect and honor they deserve.
An Oxford man found a rare fossil of an Ice Age lion. Wiley Pruitt was exploring a sandbar near Rosedale on the Mississippi River when he came across this ancient artifact. It's the fourth known example of a lion fossil in the eastern U.S. He brought the fossil to the Mississippi Fossil and Artifact Symposium, an exhibition event for the expert advice on his finding. Some facts about the American Ice Age lion: they went extinct 11,000 years ago. They were some of the largest cats on the continent, growing up to 8 feet long, 4 feet tall, and 1,000 pounds. Coming up, a new bill in Tennessee made drag shows illegal.
And more updates on student loan relief, or lack thereof. More after the break, but first here's a look at your current conditions.
Well, there is no doubt that it is certainly starting to feel like fall here in Oxford, and the temperatures aren't looking to get any warmer throughout the week. Be sure to stay tuned for your 5-day forecast.
Does it ever seem like some people are actually trying to destroy the planet? And the rest of us are like, hey, we need this planet. Some people may be slow to learn, but they'll eventually get the message.
Great having you.
Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games.
I want to revolutionize 3D printing.
I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Is my light bright enough? You're such a glow-off.
Well, you know.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Iranian security forces have killed at least 326 people after a nationwide protest. This toll includes 43 children and 25 women. Forces have killed protesters in 22 provinces. Human rights activist news agency says nearly 15,000 have been arrested, 431 of them which are students. These numbers cover the period between September 17th and November 12th. These numbers are a rough estimate. Further numbers outside of Iranian government cannot be confirmed at this time.
A shooting at the University of Virginia left 3 members of the football team killed and 2 injured, one of which is in critical condition. Last night, Charlottesville police found the players on a charter bus around 10:30. Police arrested UVA student and former football player Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. this morning and charged him with 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun in the commission of a felony. Reports say that Jones was involved in a hazing investigation of some sort, but we do not have the facts or circumstances of that investigation yet. We will update you as we learn more.
Election day has passed in Mississippi, but the cyber attacks that hit the polls did not impact the votes cast across the state. CNN's Courtney Ann Jackson has more.
You'd expect the Secretary of State's website to be a popular online destination on Election Day, but Tuesday afternoon, Secretary Michael Watson was notified that it was far from normal.
We started seeing a spike in traffic hitting our website, and basically what is called a DDoS attack. It basically takes your website down, and we saw intermittent service back and forth. We would get back up, then they would attack again and push it back down.
But you should know this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
We saw this attack happen, or a form of it happen a couple of weeks back. which was a great theme because we were prepared, doubly so this time. That was some out-of-country traffic. This time, what we were being told is the traffic was spoofed, which means they cover their tracks basically. We did see some information out there. A pro-Russia group claimed credit for doing so. I want to make sure that we get all the facts before we say anything, who did what. But again, it's important to have trusted information, and we want to make sure you get the facts before we say anything else.
Watson admits there are hacking attempts on the system daily, but when asked about the timing of this latest one,
There's some different thoughts out there. Maybe the one that happened a few weeks ago was to test our vulnerability. Is this something that we can do? And then, hey, by the way, let's get ready to go on Election Day. I'm not so sure that that's the case, but I do know, again, that it was Election Day, so it certainly looks suspicious that it was aimed at our election system here in Mississippi.
bottom line, Watson says while it kept some from accessing polling place info, your personal information wasn't compromised.
And that was the public-facing side. Nothing behind the public-facing side was impacted. The election was safe.
The Biden administration is not accepting applications for student loan relief. Federal courts have given orders to block President Biden's student debt relief program. United States District Judge Mark Pittman in Texas ruled Biden did not have the authority to develop the program without congressional approval. The Biden administration has appealed this ruling but cannot accept applications right now. Required payments for student loan debt were put on hold during the pandemic but are scheduled to restart and will be collecting interest in January.
Public drag shows could soon be banned in Tennessee. A state lawmaker introduced a bill this week that would make it illegal for sexually explicit adult entertainment shows, including drag, to take place where children could see it. The bill's sponsor says this is about protecting kids.
I've heard from constituents. I know my colleagues up here have heard from constituents outraged. You take your kid to the park to play on the swing set, and then across the way, there's an adult-themed, sexually explicit drag show taking place. Well, that's unacceptable.
If the bill becomes a law, a first-time offense would be a misdemeanor. Repeat violators could face felony charges.
Amazon founder Jeff Bezos plans to dedicate the majority of his fortune to charity. The bulk of his $124 billion net worth is set to go fight against climate change and to people who work to unify humanity. Bezos faced harsh judgment when he did not sign the Giving Pledge. The Giving Pledge was a promise by hundreds of the world's wealthiest people to donate a large portion of their money to a good cause. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, the Amazon founder is considered to be the fourth wealthiest person in the world. Now, let's check back in with Seth for our latest weather updates.
Well, with a current temperature of 44 degrees, there's definitely a bit of a chill in the air here in Oxford, and we've got some weather on the way. Be sure to stay tuned for your 5-day forecast after this.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Good evening, Oxford, Mississippi. My name is Seth Parento, and this is your weekly weather forecast. Well, we are certainly feeling that fall weather here in Oxford with a current temperature of 44 degrees. And if we take a look across the rest of northern Mississippi, you'll be seeing much of the same with temperatures in the mid to low 40s, with Holly Springs currently sitting at 43 degrees. And for tonight's forecast, we are going to be looking at a low of 40 degrees with some rain, although that's not necessarily a bad thing. If we take a look at our radar, you will see this incoming system, which, while it will be bringing some rain, will also serve as a blanket of sorts to keep in all that warm air, leading to a high tomorrow of 48. However, we will be seeing some wind, and those rain showers could continue out through the morning. And if we take a look across the rest of northern Mississippi for tomorrow's highs, you'll be seeing temperatures consistent in the mid to upper 40s, with Tupelo beating us all out at 51 degrees. And for your 5-day forecast, as you can see, it is not going to get any warmer throughout the week. We are looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 40s throughout the duration of the week. And with the exception of this evening, lows will be in or at below freezing temperatures.
Well, Seth, seems like we're really going to have to bundle up this week.
Oh, definitely. I'd recommend bringing a jacket. Although, while things may be cooling down this week, Cameron, are things heating up in the world of sports?
Seth, they sure are. And coming up, the football team fell just short this weekend against Alabama, and the tennis team added some new talent on National Signing Day. I'll have that and more up next in sports.
Creating a legacy takes time, takes dedication, spirit, and a greater vision. That vision starts here at the University of Mississippi. What will you be remembered by? Your character? Your contributions, your friendship. Your legacy will define who we are now and who we are becoming for our state, our students, and our future. Ole Miss, build your legacy.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
The Ole Miss football team faced a heartbreaking loss against the Alabama Crimson Tide this past Saturday. Sports reporter Kieran Lecheski was there to catch all of the action.
Quite a cold evening here in Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi, as number 11 Ole Miss took on number 9 Alabama football. Let's talk a little bit about that first half.
The Rebels started out fast via Coach Kiffin's signature up-tempo offense and were the first to score in their third drive, taking an early 7-0 lead. Early in the second quarter, and Ole Miss's field goal from 22 was good, giving an early yet double-digit lead to Ole Miss 10-0. Alabama's fourth drive resulted in their first touchdown score 10-7 after a successful PAT. Rebs responded with a second Quinshon Judkins rushing touchdown, tying the all-time Ole Miss school record. Score was then 17-7. Late in the second, Alabama's sixth drive resulted in a touchdown, and at the half, Ole Miss led Alabama 17-14. Alabama received to start the second half and quickly put 3 on the board, tied game 17-17. After an Alabama personal foul, Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart kept a drive alive. Rebs score 24-17 Rebs. Alabama responded, tying the game at 24, heading to the fourth. At the 11-minute, 19-second mark in the fourth, Alabama took the lead for the first time in the game via a 23-yard field goal. Score 27-24. The tie then added an additional 3. Final score 30-24. Alabama avoided back-to-back losses since 2013 while snapping Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin's consecutive home win streak at 14. Alabama is now 5-2 in SEC West Conference play and 8-2 overall, and Ole Miss is 4-2 SEC and 8-2 overall. Ole Miss true freshman Quinshon Judkins has now amassed 1,171 yards rushing and has 15 rushing touchdowns, the most in Ole Miss program history by a freshman.
The Rebels are on the road next weekend as they play Arkansas. Here in Vaught Hemingway Stadium, I am Kieran Lincheski, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The Rebels look to rebound from this loss as they hit the road this Saturday to face the Arkansas Razorbacks. The game will be aired on SEC Network at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And Ole Miss women's cross-country senior Ryan Helmers has earned an individual qualifying berth to the 2022 NCAA cross-country championships after being awarded an at-large bid in Saturday's NCAA selection show. Helmers became just the second Rebel woman ever to earn an individual spot at the national meet. She has been the top runner for the Rebel women all season long, earning an average spot of 10.2 across her 5 races this fall. Helmers will join the Ole Miss men's team, who nabbed their 9th consecutive team bid to the championships. The 2022 NCAA cross-country championships will be held next Saturday, November 19th at Oklahoma State. And the Ole Miss men's basketball team earned a win over Florida Atlantic this past Friday. Sports reporter Jason Kern was there to catch all of the action.
The Ole Miss men's basketball team defeats the FAU Owls 80-67 here in Oxford, improving their season record to 2-0. Junior Jamin Brakefield was perfect on the day, going 6 for 6 from the field and 2 for 2 from 3, as he led the Rebs in points with 17, along with 8 rebounds. At the half, the Rebs led 39-30 and stayed cruising in the second half. Junior Matthew Morrell had the play of the night as he drove to the hoop, ending with an electric dunk. The Rebels' next game will be Tuesday, November 15th, as they take on the Chattanooga Mocs here in Oxford. Live from the Pavilion, Jason Kern, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
The Rebel men look to keep this momentum going as they face Chattanooga tomorrow at the Pavilion at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And Ole Miss women's tennis team head coach Mark Byers has announced the addition of 3 new athletes who will be added to the team's roster. Joining the Rebels in January of 2023 is Emma Kett of Germany. She is ranked number 1,017 in ITF singles and holds an 18.6 ITF world tennis number in singles. And the other 2 Rebels who will join the team in August 2023 are Brianna Crowley and Andrea Nova. Crowley is a grad student transfer who has competed for the Northwestern Wildcats for the past 2 years and has built up an overall record of 17-9 in singles and 20-8 in doubles. And Nova of the Czech Republic has a career high ranking of number 298 in the ITF junior rankings. And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to follow us at Rebel_Watch for the latest sports updates. Back to the desk.
Coming up, one company is taking Thanksgiving to a new level.
Yes, and is it really gross or really good? We'll let you decide after the break.
Times during class and I tell her to talk to him, and it's like, oh, ew.
You ready to play play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Every week here on NewsWatch, we love to show an animal who is looking for a home here in Oxford.
And this week, we'd like you to meet Harley. Reporter Layla Totten has all the details on this adorable pup.
Everyone, say hello to Harley. Harley is a 7-month-old Husky Pit Bull mix, and she weighs about 31 pounds. She has 7 other siblings who have all been adopted. Harley was kept at a foster home until they could no longer keep her, and she's been at the animal shelter since about April. Harley is really good with other families and playing with other dogs. She enjoys to go on long walks at Lamar Park and to go for car rides. Here's what Kat, an employee at the Oxford Animal Resource Center, has to say about Harley.
Harley girl is, well, I call her Harley girl, but she's very sweet and she will do good in a family that's with children. She'll be good with children. She's a very sweet girl. She listens. When I open her kennel for her to go to her run, she automatically knows which one is her run and she just goes in it. She's a very sweet girl. And I wish someone would come and get her. She'll be a great, great house dog.
If you would like to know more information about Harley, or if you would like to find out if you can adopt her, you can visit the Oxford Animal Resource Center. Her adoption fee is $100. For Ole Miss NewsWatch, I'm Layla Totten.
Oh my goodness, Harley was so adorable, and I know there are so many other pets who are ready for their forever home as well.
Most definitely, make sure to go check out Oxford Animal Shelter. Thanksgiving could be getting a little strange this year.
That's because green bean casserole flavored seltzer water is now a thing. Ora Bora is introducing the new sparkling water flavor just in time for the holidays.
The company says the seltzer has a, quote, sweet, earthy, and buttery flavor, and it's like taking a bite of a perfectly crunchy, succulent green bean.
Green bean casserole water will be available through Ora Bora's secret menu newsletter feature. Other flavors that could be included with Thanksgiving include honey pumpkin and chai cranberry. Now, I don't know about those flavors there.
Yeah, Juliana, I don't eat green bean casserole as is, so imagine it drinking in a seltzer.
Very
I don't
true.
see myself doing that.
Maybe a pumpkin one could slide. Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yes. Well, that's all for tonight for NewsWatch Ole Miss. I am Juliana Jackson.
And I'm Jania Newsom. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 5.
Thank you and good night.